Hey everybody, what's going on? GamesToday's here, back again with another video, and today we're going through another interview with the director of the upcoming Elden Ring, Miyazaki himself. As always, if you end up enjoying today's video, drop a like please to help my channel grow. Thank you very much, and if you're new, subscribe. I usually upload every day. These quotes are going to be from an interview that was done with Xbox. I'm going to go through the interviewer's questions first to give you context of what Miyazaki is answering, and then we'll go through Miyazaki's answer straight after. First off, tell me when and how development for Elden Ring took off. Miyazaki says, development for Elden Ring started just after development for Dark Souls 3 DLC has ended. At that time, Elden Ring was being planned as a more classic fantasy title compared to others that were being considered or already in the early stages of development. We wanted to create a new dark fantasy action RPG full of things that we weren't able to do in the Dark Souls series. So with Miyazaki saying he wanted a more classic fantasy style game and things are in it that they couldn't do in the Dark Souls series, has me a little bit confused because I'm not sure, what that would entail, because Dark Souls to me is pretty, classic, other than some, messed up things we fight sometimes, but most of the time we're knight, dragons, undead. So I'm curious to see what that's going to be in Elden Ring. If, what do you guys think? Put your thoughts on that in the comments below. Elden Ring seems to have been in development at the same time as Sekiro. How did you go about its development? Miyazaki says, the overall process of development has been the same as it was in Sekiro. While assigning co-directors to each project, I took direction over the various game design, art, and musical aspects of the titles. We tend to space out the development peak for our projects to make use of what little time we have. However, being able to share a vision with the co-directors as well as the development staff has allowed us to build a trusting relationship, which makes this kind of development style possible. I am incredibly grateful for them and their hard work. So it seems Elden Ring and Sekiro were in development at the same time, so him taking co-captains and making sure they were in charge of their own zones and areas allowed this to happen. But then, as we all know, COVID happened, and slowing things down. Let's not get into that. Do you believe this title will turn out to be a very FromSoft-like and challenging game? Dun dun dun! Miyazaki says, yes, I do. The importance we place on the joy the player experiences through overcoming challenges will be the same as it is in our other titles. I believe it will prove to be a very satisfying experience. Earlier I had said that this title focuses more heavily on RPG elements. This title will include a wide variety of weapons, magic, and ways to engage enemies to make it possible to provide users with a style of gameplay and strategy that suits them. Even when compared to the Dark Souls series, I believe this title will provide even more variety in the ways for players to overcome challenges and tweak their tactics when facing enemies. This makes me extremely excited because they're just going to be adding to the variation that Dark Souls had, to which we all know has a shit ton of variation. I think that's something that helps with the shelf life of the game like crazy, being able to experience the game so many different ways. And if Elden Ring's going to be Dark Souls evolved, then it makes quite a bit of sense, man. Something else to be excited about, guys. There's going to be plenty of ways to kill your enemies. Will Elden Ring contain character customization elements like in Dark Souls, or it will be similar to Sekiro and there will be a fixed protagonist that the player controls? Miyazaki says, yes, it will contain character customization elements similar to the Dark Souls series. Elden Ring allows players to design and control their own unique character. As I said earlier, this title puts a heavy focus on RPG elements, and we thought this approach would best suit that focus. Sekiro was a wonderful game in its right, but I thoroughly enjoy making your own character start to finish with stats, making builds, dropping points. Your character, everyone you make is unique to you and whatever you want to do. And again, I think that helps push shelf life, and I think it's going to be perfect for Elden Ring. So thank God we have, our character customization coming back. No more, here's your guy, just play as him. So fantastic. And from the sounds of it, sounds like we're going to get many more classes than we're used to, too. More variation to how we can go into combat. What are some differences when compared to your previous titles, especially Dark Souls? Miyazaki states, if I were to put aside the full world of fresh stimulus thanks to our collaboration with Mr. Martin, I would have to say the biggest difference is it being open world. Due to this, the scale of the world in its narrative as well as the depth and freedom of exploration have increased dramatically. It is without a doubt our biggest title yet in terms of sheer volume. There are many definitions to the term open world, and I might not be phrasing it correctly, but we have simply tried our own approach to a game with a large open field to play in. It is a world full of danger and threats as well as many areas ripe for exploration. Among those areas, you will find intricately designed multi-layered castles and such. This sounds super interesting. It sounds like we're gonna have like a huge open giant field that are gonna have, sections that sprawl off of it, and that's gonna be their open world idea. I know there's gonna be numerous kingdoms and rulers and or the messed up corrupted form of the rulers of the kingdoms, I believe, will serve as bosses, or at least a lot of them. We destroy them, I believe we get to inherit whatever power they control, or possibly the ability to power up. But I am super excited for this to see, you know, FromSoft's version of an open field game, as they call it. The interviewer asks, what is the meaning behind the title? Miyazaki replies, Elden Ring is a name given to a mysterious concept that defines the world itself. As the trailer at the conference implied, this Elden Ring has been shattered. The significance of it will be one of the most important themes of the game. It's all about I can say at this point, and then he laughs. Now if you ask me, this sounds super familiar. The Elden Ring is almost akin to the fire fading, right? Because the Elden Ring is smashed, the world's gonna be in turmoil, things are gonna be real messed up, there's gonna be people who are gonna probably be corrupted versions of themselves, they're gonna be real evil, the lands are gonna be, you know, dead and dying. It's gonna be real exciting to see, and I'm pretty sure we can expect, you know, very things akin to that fire fading when we head into Elden Ring, with the Elden Ring itself being smashed. So I'm excited to find out, you know, what happened to the Elden Ring, how we're gonna try to make it better, if we can make it better, if we can put it back together, or if we have to find alternative means, you know, to fix the world within itself in Elden Ring. Will Elden Ring contain the gritty, intense boss fights that we've all come to love and expect from? Miyazaki states, yes, of course. Boss fights are something we enjoy making and make up one of the climaxes of the titles as well. We feel there's a wide variety of unique and horrifying bosses for players to look forward to. So that's also good and exciting news. There's going to be tons of bosses for us to take down, and Miyazaki seems to think that they are his best work yet, which is super exciting for us Soulsborne fans, because that's one of the best parts of the game, in my opinion, is taking down all the bosses in the game. What can you teach us about the characters shown in the concept art that was released? For those of you who don't know, it's this picture right here, the first concept art picture that was dropped. Miyazaki said, we chose this character because of his eccentric aspects as well as the way he portrays the darkness that the world and the story possesses. While Elden Ring may be a classic dark fantasy title, it is more than just that. This character also represents one of the theme in addition of the previously mentioned eccentricity. That theme is the will or the ambition of mankind. I think that because the Elden Ring's broken, it's going to be a fight against the invasion of evil, if you will, into anyone who's left on the earth. It's going to be badass, and that picture he was speaking about is kind of, you know, a human trying to fight with the evil on his back, trying to overtake him. That's what I get from the picture, at least. So I'm excited, man. This is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Enjoy your night. Peace out.